Here is the trap. The interviewer asks, "What's your biggest weakness?" And most people freeze. Do they want you to be honest? Do they want you to be confident? Will admitting any weakness eliminate you from consideration? The answer is more nuanced than you think. In this video, I'm going to show you the one framework that turns this dangerous question into an opportunity to impress. I'm Shaz, and you're watching the Job Interview English Mastery series. The question is a test, not of your weakness, but of your self-awareness, maturity, and growth mindset. Interviews know you have weaknesses. Everyone does. But what they are testing, can you acknowledge them? Are you actively working to improve? Do you have the maturity to face your limitations head on? Here's what we are covering today. Why I don't have any weaknesses destroys your credibility. The 3 types of weaknesses that work. The complete framework, the honest, humble growth approach, and the real examples from different industries. Let's start here. Why do interviewers ask this question? They're not trying to disqualify you. They're trying to understand. Do you have self-awareness? Are you coachable? Will you take responsibility if something goes wrong? Are you willing to invest in improvement? This is leadership DNA. Every good manager wants someone who can say, "I messed up. Here's what I learned." The worst answer, "I don't have any weaknesses," or "I am a perfectionist," which is really just bragging in disguise. That tells the interviewer, this person lacks self-awareness. Hire someone else. Now, you can't just say any weakness. Here are 3 categories that actually work. Type 1. The skill-based weakness. I used to struggle with public speaking 3 years ago. I joined Toastmasters, a speaking club. I have now delivered presentations to audiences of 200 plus people. I'm not a natural performer, but through practice I've become quite effective. Now, why does this work? You identified a real limitation, took concrete action, and showed measurable progress. The interviewer sees growth. Now, type 2, the learning-based weakness. When I started in project management, I wasn't proficient with advanced Excel functions. I realized this was affecting and limiting my ability to analyze data effectively. So I took an online course, spent weekends practicing, and now I can build complex financial models. I'm still learning new features, but I'm no longer held back by this skill gap. Now, this works because you're showing that you identify gaps and you closed them. You are self-directed, and that's valuable. Now, type 3, the situational weakness. In my early career, I struggled with delegation. I wanted to do everything myself because I was perfectionist about quality. But I learned that holding all tasks myself was actually limiting the team's growth. Now I actively work to trust my team, provide clear direction, and let go of control. It's been a game changer for our productivity. Now, why does this work? You are showing maturity. You realized a behavior wasn't serving the team. You changed it. That's leadership. Let me give you the complete framework. I call it the HHG method. Honest, humble, and growth. Let's start with the honest. Be specific and real. Don't be vague. Not, "I'm not great at communication." Don't say that. Instead, say, "I used to avoid confrontation and would let small team conflicts fester instead of addressing them directly." The next one is humble. Acknowledge the impact. Say something like, "I realized this was affecting team morale. because unresolved conflicts were creating tension. You're not making excuses. You are showing awareness of how this affects others. Now, the last one is growth. This is the most important part. Explain the concrete action you took. For example, I sought coaching from my manager. I read 3 books on difficult conversions. I practiced with my team. I set a personal goal to address conflicts within 48 hours. The result, our team satisfaction scores improved by 35%. See the pattern, honest, humble growth. It's credible weakness. Now, here is a complete example. I would say my biggest weakness used to be delegation. Early in my career, I was the type who wanted to touch every project, every decision. I thought that meant being a good leader, but I realized I was actually bottlenecking the team. People couldn't grow because I wasn't giving them ownership. I became aware of this when my manager pointed out that my team had high turnover. Talented people were leaving because they weren't getting opportunities to lead. That was a wake up call. So I committed to change. I took a course on empowering teams. I started asking myself, can someone else do this 80% as well as I could? If the answer was yes, I delegated it. I gave people clear goals, but let them find their own path. So what was the result? Our team's engagement scores improved significantly. We reduced turnover by 40%, and honestly, the quality of work improved because people were more interested and invested. So my weakness actually became a learning opportunity that made me a better leader. See, notice how that answer identified a specific real weakness, explained the impact, showed honest self reflection, described concrete action taken, shared measurable results, ended on a positive note. That's the answer that gets you hired. Now, let me be absolutely clear about weaknesses. You should never mention, I don't work well under pressure or I struggle with deadlines. These are job critical skills. Or I am not good with people or I struggle with teamwork. Again, that's job critical. Also, don't say, I am too much of a perfectionist. Everyone knows that this is just bragging. And don't say, I have trouble with authority or I don't take criticism well. This signals problems with workplace relationships. Choose weaknesses that show you are self aware and you are not core to the job. Choose weaknesses that show you are self aware and weaknesses that are not core to the job and have evidence of improvement and end with positive growth. And one more thing, how you deliver this matters as much as what you say. Don't apologize for your weakness. Don't say, I am sorry, but I used to struggle with. Instead, say it with confidence. I identified a gap in my skill set, and here's what I did about it. Your tone should be matter of fact, not overly humble, not defensive, just honest and professional. You are showing maturity and not weakness. Weakness is actually a window into your character. Use it to show self awareness and growth. In the next video, we are tackling that motivational question, why do you want to work for us? This is where you show genuine interest in company research, and it's easier than you think. If this video helped, please like and subscribe. And in the comments, tell me what weaknesses are you struggling to answer honestly. I read every comment. I am Shaz. See you in the next video.